I was taking a nap. I brought my sister to soccer practice and then took a nap.
Understandable.
No, you're good. You're good. No need to worry about anything. I mean, hell, we're all here before the scheduled time. I will always gladly accept that.
Yeah, I can fix that.
Nigga, please don't. Please don't.
I just realized. Wait.
What did you realize?
Megalass.
I have leaks on
God
some
damn it.
stuff that I can't talk about.
Mega left the fucking call.
I was gonna wait full till the hour, but that seemed like too long.
Yeah, I was about to say, I got some leaks about stuff a while ago that I literally was like told, hey, you literally cannot speak about this. And I was like, okay.
You should leak it all right now after Dexatron start recording.
No. My NDA? Woohoo!
How do you know I didn't start the recording when I saw the council on the screen?
I mean, if you did, that's great. It's not going to make sense to anyone. It just was the council.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, but it's there.
Sometimes you gotta talk to the realest motherfucker you know?
And the realest motherfucker you know is 8 versions of yourself?
Yeah. 8 versions of myself? Holy fuck, we would get nothing done.
Is this live or is this recorded?
This is a recording.
I didn't even ask.
No, this is
okay. I was like,
no, I would never.
Like, I didn't even ask.
I would never do it live because someone would say something by accident and be like, "Oh fuck."
At least it wasn't when we did the NRG Hot One shoot at Winthrop, like on set with Infected, Tree actually like leaked a roster like live in front of me and like our other video producer, and it was crazy. We were like, and Max had no idea what we were talking about because Max is not in Overwatch, he's in CS, and so I'm like like jaw drop, but whatever.
I mean, I guess it like you have stuff you can't talk about. The SSG stuff dropped a little bit earlier, which doesn't necessarily surprise me. But I guess it helps going to school or having the majority of your team at the school you go to basically be on the same OWCS
Dad,
team.
I'm about to do a podcast for an hour.
Probably longer.
Huh?
I forgot the gate was open.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, I got him. But he got out. The back gate was open for some reason.
It was open earlier.
I don't know why.
Me and Brianna shut it.
You got to hit the latch. You got to pull that latch down.
Oh, Brianna shut it.
Yeah,
I was in
she
here.
didn't pull the latch down. Because it just opened up again.
Okay.
Come on. Let's go lay down with Baby.
So my dog just got out. That's what just happened. Bentley, come here, Bubby.
I honestly thought we were gonna have the first time ever that we were gonna have just stopped the podcast.
No, I was like, I thought I was about to have to go chase my dog down, which is not the first time that's ever happened. But like, Bentley, come here. Come in.
Yep, you can go with your dog.
We get another animal. Let's go.
Dude.
Dog.
Hey, dog.
So, guys, do I make that the clip?
Maybe.
This little shit.
Here, Bailey, have you seen My Little Shit?
Huh?
Have you seen My Little Shit?
They mentioned.
Go. I should put him on my bed. No, I love cats. I'm obsessed with them.
He's very confused right now.
Okay, so my mom, we can't have cats because my mom's allergic. But
it's the same thing with us.
Bentley, what the hell? Lay down.
Consider telling her to pop a Benadryl.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Crazy, Megan.
She would kill me. Honestly. Like, let's be for real. I feel like I'm gonna move y'all to like my main monitor because I feel like I'm like looking off my screen and I feel like I'm just like.
Yeah, no, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like
that's the thing. Like my camera.
We're supposed to break our necks now.
Oh wait, Megan, let me join you.
Wait, can I get close enough to my mic?
Let me join like the Stranger Things club. Pull like a Sadie Sink.
I don't know if the pop went through.
Oh, probably not.
Why? Okay, you're too old to be popping your neck, buddy.
Oh.
I'm 27.
Definitely too old.
Like that's
I
a
didn't say
risk
it.
right there. That's a risk.
I didn't say it. I didn't say anything.
Whatever. Whatever.
We're all the same. We're all old. It's fine.
Except Bailey. Bailey's not old.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not old.
Bailey might be one of the youngest people that we've ever had on this podcast. I think the only other person that I would be saying is closer younger would be Blizzard.
Isn't person like 19?
I think me and Blizzard are the same age.
That sounds right.
I don't know
if I remember correctly.
I don't know if person's 19. I think he might be 21.
I just know I turned 20 in like a couple months, so.
Okay. Happy early birthday.
Getting there.
Well,
oh God. Can you chill?
This has definitely been one of the starts of the podcast, but everyone, welcome back to episode number 29 of For the Love of Prod. As always, I am joined by Huntertain and Megalass, and joining us this week is Bailey. Bailey, again, thank you so much for doing this. I know I tried to get you on. No grabbing my pencil. I know I tried to get you on maybe a couple months ago, but I think you were in the middle of either Winthrop playing in tournaments or finals.
So it was both.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I'll give you guys a little scoop into the collegiate life. So NACE and CECC are both tournaments that run in the last 2 weeks of finals for public schools in the state of South Carolina. So I actually did 4 out of the 6 of my finals in the DFW airport after CECC. So my director was sitting to my left playing League of Legends while I was finishing my finals for my public speaking class. And he would laugh at me in between every single take. So that is what it's like to be in collegiate, I guess. And I think you DM'd me like the last day of our tournament, and it was insane. So
yeah, I apparently I have a good knack for like reaching out to people like when they're either just about to finish something up or it's like, yeah, hey, I just can't right now. It's always fun when that happens.
It happens.
But you're taking a final and the program lead was just sitting there next to you playing League?
Yeah, I actually have a picture.
Oh my god.
I took a picture of this because so I'm going to start this off by saying I love my director. Josh Sides is the GOAT. He's actually one of my favorite people on the planet. But I'm just saying I was so jealous of him that he was playing League next to me and I was doing my final. Oh my gosh, where's this picture? I know I have it. So this was us in the DFW airport. That's my director, Josh Sides.
You could send that in the Discord so I can put
Oh, okay.
Wait, was that? I think I know exactly where you were. There's a dedicated like, hey, here's some PCs, come play.
No. So we weren't in the PC area. He had his own gaming laptop and he brought it to do like work on it, but he can also run League on it. So I was doing my finals and he was just sitting there playing League next to me. We actually ran into the Maryville team in security as well, and so they were like 3 gates down from us and were giving us crap the whole time because we lost to Maryville that weekend a lot. So it was a fun time.
Maryville's still one of the better programs in collegiate. But I mean, okay, so I kind of gave you the rundown on what we know, how this podcast normally goes. Granted, it probably will be a little bit longer than an hour. We're gonna try not to go as long as we did last week, where it was the longest episode we did at over an hour and 50 minutes.
Don't worry, yapping after I left. What the hell?
It was a fun one. Yeah, it was a fun one. Twin Salty has a lot of fun stories to tell and a lot of good stuff to talk about.
What a goat. Love that guy.
Yeah. But like I said, I always kind of ask everyone, all of our guests, 2 questions when they come in. And basically the 2 questions are basically one leads into the other. So, Bailey, how did you get your start in esports? And more specifically, how did you get your start in esports prod? Even though you are more of a social media person, I still do kind of count that as production because it really does go hand in hand with what prod is all about.
Yeah, I would agree with social media management does go into prod sometimes. Mainly that we can also help in a lot of different aspects because with CGL I would actually sit in the production VCs and I would talk. to you guys, and we would all help each other out. So I do really love production and what you guys do. But I think with my start in esports, I actually started playing. So my first competitive game was Overwatch, and I started playing in 2019. But when I started playing in 2019, I was not the best at the game. I played in CGL, funny enough, where all of us have met. I was actually too young to be in CGL. I actually lied to get into the league, and I told Headrammer about this maybe a year ago. I was 12 when I was playing, but I was an off-tank main. I competed in CGL in a Tier 1 for a little bit as a captain for PAC, and I also played for PAC Academy in the Prey. So I was a long time, like 4-year PAC member, with like Corrupt and Andar and a bunch of other people that are really cool. But I ended up getting a PC because my parents were like, oh my gosh, you could be good at video games. Let's get you a computer. And so they got me a computer. I was not as good as I thought I was, but I realized, hey, I still want to go Tier 1. I still want to do something with Overwatch. I really enjoyed it. So I started doing social media management. My first job was actually with the PAC. So I was their social media manager. I transitioned into working with some other orgs, specifically like Regen was my first Tier 3 org. Shout out Aqua for giving me a chance, even though I had like no experience. And now I work in Tier 2 specifically. I'm also a part of Tier 1 Marvel Rivals, R6, and technically I'm Tier 1 Overwatch with Dhillducks because I'm a volunteer SMM there. Go Ducks, we love them. So that's a little bit about how I got in Overwatch. Pretty much I wasn't good enough to compete, so I said I'm gonna figure out a way to still be at the same level as all these people.
Yeah, quick sidebar. Hunter, Megalass, and myself, and a couple other casting friends, decided to field a team for the like Face It community qualifiers.
I can just imagine what this sounds like.
No,
continue, Dex. Please.
Yeah, no. So, and it's like, oh, we're playing in. I think it's like ITH. That's like the community qualifier that we're in, and it's like, oh yeah,
I know exactly what tournament you're talking about.
Here's Agave, and it's like, oh, there's an Agave team, and it's like, oh, it's Dhillducks. It's the actual fucking OWCS Dhillducks team.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to play Dhillducks Saturday.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what could have happened. Like, I'm just trying to imagine what's about to come out your mouth, and it's gonna be like, oh, that's the most Dhillduck thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, what is gonna come out of my mouth is the most Dhillduck thing. So we didn't have a full team, but we decided to say, hey, let's get in lobby anyway. If they're there, we'll just forfeit. So like 4 people get in the lobby, and the only person there is Knockfriend. And we're going back and forth with him for a little bit, and Frothy Philly eventually joins in, but Nog says, okay, yeah.
Oh my god.
Nog says there's 3 people on vacation, and Baz is hungover.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was about to say, I think Dhillducks was probably one of the most fun jobs I've ever had, and I say like job very lightly. And like, it's so funny because people have asked me, they're like, how did you become friends with Dhillducks? Because I didn't know most of them for a long time, but I've known PDK since Regen days back in the day. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Did y'all just 1v1 Nogfriend?
No.
Did y'all just like 1v1 him in like Philly?
We would have lost. Actually, wait, we might have had Spec there. Spec might have been able to actually beat one of them on ping. But no, I think it literally just came down to the fact that I think we had 4 people in lobby while they only had 2, so they gave us the win.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the most Dhillduck thing I've probably heard in a minute, because like being in their Discord is really fun. Like I'll just randomly pop into VC every once in a while, and I'll just I also got to hang out with their core at LAN at CECC and NACE, but mostly CEC to be specific. And they're a ball. They're a joy to be around. They're great people. I know that their persona online isn't perceived as well because they're just doing like stupid stuff on the internet, but they're great people and really lovely to be around.
I feel like, especially in esports, when you have people who are like that, where the persona is, they're kind of dumb, but they're really just having a lot of fun. Like, those are normally like the really good people.
Yeah, they're all great people.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we've seen a lot of the Dhillducks squad or core in CGL playing on other teams, so we all know like how good everyone is. It's just they really struggled going up against that like next tier above them in OWCS. Hopefully though they bounce back. Now that they're.
We can only hope.
You can't say anything, but do you have any leaks on if Dhillducks are picking up anyone?
I actually don't. I'll say that I kind of kept myself out of the Dhillducks loop for this last stage, mainly because I also get leaks a lot from the Winthrop team. You know, as you guys know, I'm a part of the Winthrop Esports content team for the people who are watching my jacket. You know, I'm part of the team, and I specifically work with Overwatch, Valorant, Smash, and League of Legends as the assistant social media manager, so I talk to them a lot. Me and Wheats are really good friends. I talk to him constantly, you know, like Infected and Zero, I'll talk to them, you know, when I see them around. And so, you know, when I get like little minor leaks here and there, it's a little hard to like go into another team's VC and just be like, oh, like I remember right before like TL played Nightmare before Nightmare was GK, and I remember like me and Infected were talking in the hallway about like their strategy, and then I went back into the apartment and Beats was like, oh no, we're gonna beat them, blah 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 blah, and I'm just like I'm like, I can't keep this information.
If I was in your shoes, my honest feeling would be like I would just never talk to them. It'd be like I would accidentally just let something like slip in like mid conversation about something. I just would not trust myself.
I've learned to be really good at, you know, I mean I just finished my first year of college. I learned a lot of things. If you guys, you know, remember being in college and you're learning some stuff, you're like freshly 18 going in. I think the biggest lesson I've had is, you know, keep your mouth shut. Like, it's genuinely like a life lesson that I learned, like mainly with esports and just other people in my life as well. So like when people tell me like things, or, you know, people come to me trying to make big decisions in their life, it's like, oh, you have to be quiet. Like you can't leak. And, you know, NDAs are a thing too. So also I'm legally eligible to not leak things. So
if you are, and if you do leak stuff, oh god, they're gonna come after you.
Yeah. I think I'm one of the people who, I mean, I can tell you I don't got money, but, you know, you can drag my name apparently. So I keep my things to myself though. If someone tells me something, it'll stay right there.
I mean, that's always a good way. Like you said, it's a really good way to do it. I've done that a lot with just casting and or like my social media stuff, where there's been points where it's like the only thing I'll ever tweet is like casting. I'm casting this. It's like I'm not doing anything else other than just saying like, hey, I'm doing this.
And I used to be that way. I just started like posting my own stuff, I guess, on social media. When I mean my own stuff, like every once in a while I'll like post a picture of myself, like just for fun. But I mean recently I've been posting a lot of rad stuff, which is where my attention has been mostly this summer. I don't know if you guys know about rad, but rad is a R6 and Marvel Rivals org that used to be in Overwatch. So sad that we're not anymore. It makes me so sad every day because I want to be in Overwatch again so bad. But currently we're competing in China tomorrow. We actually start the China LAN tomorrow, so I'll be up at 12 o'clock in the morning covering this event. So I'm utterly thrilled would be the words I would use.
Here's the funny thing about Rad and Overwatch. Both me and Hunter are reached out to by I believe Echo. Just before the start of last stage. In OWCS before the whole like Rostamania shit happened, on potentially being a co-streamer for Rad.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Echo and Blitz are very close, and I know they're really good friends because I've talked to Echo about it and I've talked to Blitz about it.
And I believe I know I definitely have, but I believe Hunter and Mega as well have done the tournaments that Blitz used to put on, the Blitz tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What's crazy is everybody told me that I did. I don't remember it.
That's why I said
it was just a tournament for you.
Like I was just trying to remember if you had done one. I didn't want to necessarily say you had. I was trying to remember if you did. But Bailey, going back to you posting stuff, you made your modeling.
I did. I made my modeling debut. Yeah, so funny enough, I'll explain a little bit about how this started. I actually took these pictures last week. So I was not supposed to be the rad model. It ended up being a thing that shipping happened and they sent the second jersey that we ordered to the wrong address. So our second jersey that I was supposed to have for our model, who was going to be one of my friends, ended up not coming, and we had already had this planned out. We had like all the announcements that, because I'm the content director, so obviously I'm not going to change my own schedule. I'm like, okay, I need to lock in, I need to do this. So when I was supposed to meet with Blitz and Alex Yoshi, my social media coordinator, I told them, I said, postpone the meeting for at least an hour. I have to go take these pictures. So I went to a remote location in my hometown that's like kind of up in the air, but also over water. So I had like a nice background if we wanted to use that. But we ended up cropping it and I made my modeling debut, I guess is what it would be. But it was really fun to take these pictures. And I honestly was shocked that they came out like decent. Granted that we took them like really late at night. But yeah, so I wasn't supposed to be the rad model, but you know, things happen, and sometimes you just gotta go with the flow.
Yeah, and I mean, it came out great as well. I mean, the jerseys, they're really clean, I will say that.
I love our jerseys, they're so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have so much red and black in my closet now, because I have, like, Winthrop, I have Rad, and, like, it's just all the colors.
You need to convince every esports team you have, even if their color or you work for, even if their colors aren't red and black, just say like, "Hey, throw out a red and black shirt."
Yeah, change it.
Yeah, just for like a tournament, just red and black goes hard.
It'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. I'll say that it was a fun experience.
But so we kind of touched on it here or there. You talked about what got you in. What kind of keeps you coming back, and a lot of it is like stuff I said. What?
Chill, dude.
I just love that the dog just stared at you as you slowly turned.
He just like demands attention sometimes, and I don't know. He's been in a mood today. I can't even lie to y'all, and my noise suppression's on too. That's insane.
No, you're good.
But okay, what kind of keeps me coming back is, you know, I talked about where I came in that I kind of wanted to just be involved in esports. I was given like the love of video games from a young age, which for some people, like, I had an iPod Touch, you know, I'm only 19, so I don't have, like, the N64, like, GameCube days, you know, but I had, like, my phone, and my friend showed me what Minecraft Pocket Edition was. I was set. I was sold. And then I played Roblox for the first time, and oh my gosh, I was obsessed. I used to go to summer camp at the private school that I went to, and we would get, like, computer time, and the guys in my class, because I was the only girl in my grade. So that's also something that shaped me. I was the only girl in my grade who went to summer camp, and I was there for 3 months every summer. And so, like, I got my start playing Apocalypse Rising on Roblox and, like, Phantom Forces. Like, that's what I would do in my spare time when I was a kid. So I became really obsessed with video games at a young age, and then my dad passed down his old Xbox 360 to me when he had an Xbox One. So I played like some Destiny, I played a lot of Minecraft, and then I started playing Overwatch. I also played like Dead by Daylight for a long time. So it's kind of one of those things of I just really love video games and I love the grind of them. I also just love how the esports industry is so niche. I'm currently getting my degree in marketing at Winthrop. So it's like I come back to esports because I genuinely love what I do and I'm getting my marketing degree to further pursue my degree. I want to be in esports as long as I can. And so, like, my long term is to, you know, be a CMO for an esports company. Like, that's what I want to do long term. So I keep coming back. Oh my gosh. Can you chill? Just for like 5 seconds. Like, I'm trying to speak. But I mean, I guess that's the main reason I come back is I just love esports. And I think it's a really cool community. I've met some of my best friends here. And I really would not change the life that I had.
I'm sorry, your dog does just not want to be in the room anymore. It is just...
Do you want me to go, like, put you in your kennel? Would that be better? Like, I don't... Like, I don't know what to do. Do you want to, like, sit in my lap? Come here. Oh my gosh, if I go over to you and you run away from me, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, he's chilling for now, so we're gonna continue.
For the moment.
Just cut all this out. Just cut it out.
No, this is great.
Oh.
He's right there.
Cole. Come here, pup. All right. You're going to do this with me, okay? This is Bentley Cole. He's my oldest puppy. Hello.
Your oldest puppy of how old?
He is 9. He is a very old dog. He does not look old. He just got a haircut. I actually had a second dog, but during NACE, we actually had to put him down because he was genetically sick. And they were actually half-brothers. So, Bentley, what? Can you chill? Please. I love you, dog, but I need you to just be chill.
I mean, I will say this. Going to school, especially for marketing, I think is the right way to go for what you want to do. Because even if, like, say, esports doesn't necessarily work out, marketing is still a degree that will always be in demand, no matter what it is. It'll be usable a lot of places. There are, like, I feel like I kind of got tricked by the fact that my the college I went to before I graduated, they announced, like, hey, there's gonna be like it's like half master's degree program for esports. Like, oh, I'll do that. Well, I was like looking for a job, but the more and more I was there, I just realized, like, okay, it's just you're taking a couple sports marketing classes, but instead of it being sports, you're just throwing the word. There's like marking out basketball and saying esport tournament, and it's just like
that happens.
Yeah,
I was about to say, but I think this comes to a topic that I really love talking about is like the representation of like collegiate esports, and I think every person who goes into esports should go into collegiate. It's genuinely a thing that I do believe, and I think everyone who comes into collegiate and leaves, they realize that they want to leave for a reason. Like Tree, for example, like Tree had a great opportunity to go and play pro, and like that's what he's been wanting to do. He got his GED at 15 for a reason, so he could go and play collegiate and then go pro. So obviously I understood when he dropped out, but I think most people should pursue their degree because, respectfully, once you get too old to compete, like, what happens after that? I know that probably hurt.
Yeah.
Probably hurt to hear.
It would have if I wouldn't have just won a tournament 24 hours ago.
Like, I just Hunter, go ahead.
Hey, sorry. Hi.
EPLC League.
Hey, a win's a win. That's all I gotta say.
You know what? I'll take it.
So yeah.
See, I just wanted to interject to say I feel so called out by this entire set of this conversation. I'm getting a bum-ass degree. I showed up at college years after the fact. I'm older than everybody else already. I'm doing nothing productive. Listen, I understand the no shame argument, but this entire conversation, I've just been like cackling to myself because it's just been shot after shot accidentally taken, and I'm just like, yeah, we're balling.
I love you. If it makes you feel better, I do love you. You're one of my favorite people to work with.
Yippee!
I mean, I can tell y'all, like, we Winthrop Esports, like, most of us aren't young. To be honest, I'm like one of the youngest people in the program if you don't count like the incoming freshmen. But I was one of the only people coming into like the varsity program. I don't know if y'all know about like the details of Winthrop, but we have a varsity program and we have an academy program that we welcome, like academy Overwatch players that they can work underneath our Overwatch players, and they get to see them all the time and they get VODs with them. So we have that kind of thing. But also with our varsity program, most people who come into Winthrop already had a pro career or already had a really good collegiate career, and they're coming in and they're older than me. So I'm one of the youngest people in the varsity program, which is already really weird, I guess, to think about. I don't know anyone else who was like 19 in the program who's on varsity, except for like Infected and Zira. I think we're the only ones who are around that age that are in the program. I mean, and they're doing way more with their lives than I am, so.
Hey, at the moment. Down the line, maybe you'll be doing more. But
hopefully.
I mean, you talk about the academy team. Shout out Mara. Omar speaking facts. Someone we've definitely all worked with in the past. If you've worked any BPL games, you've definitely seen Mara around, and probably CGL as well. It was actually great meeting them at Winthrop. But I mean, you bring up a really good thing with just Collegiate Esports itself, and especially for a situation like Tree. I mean, even when he gets done, or like his professional career kind of like slows down and maybe there's not necessarily teams reaching out to him, I always look at it as a case of he could go back to college and immediately play, and there will be those programs, those teams that want him and will give him basically a scholarship to come back. So it's never a bad thing. And I mean, when Owl ended, you saw a lot. That's when you saw like this big exodus of like Owl players going into Collegiate for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really fun to see like which programs are picking up, and it was always the ones you would expect, like Redbirds, Northwood. Winthrop was, I think, the one that was really surprising everyone with picking up a lot of those players. Maryville as well. They just sunset their program, so sucks for them. But like, you saw that big exodus of people, of like these pro players going back to college and realizing like, hey, they have the skills now, and they have this experience playing professionally that will immediately make these programs look a lot better.
I think Winthrop is a really good example because I've known like 2 people in specific who have dropped out, and I think if any of them were to reach out to Bo, our director, Josh, that he would welcome them back with loving arms. I think Josh has a really special place in a lot of people's hearts, and the fact that he is so willing to accept people back, even though they like left the program, and he knows that, oh, I understand, like, Tree, you left for this reason, you're always welcome back. I know a Smash player who dropped out who I'm really good friends with, and he just did not know what he wanted to do with his life, and he felt like he was wasting time in college. And I remember Josh told him, whenever you know what you want to do, you can come back at any time. And I genuinely think Collegiate is a great option for anyone who is looking for something and they still want to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. In a case like that, I feel like there's probably a couple other programs around the country where they have directors, where they have leaders in place that will do that, and it's great. It's just the other schools that don't necessarily do that just yet, and hopefully it gets to a point where that is a really normal thing, where people make their life choices. Let them do it. If they want to come back, perfectly fine.
Winthrop has a great culture. Like, I'll say, as someone who's been there for a year now, obviously I'm not as experienced as everyone else, but I think Winthrop has one of the best cultures I've ever been around. And, I've been around all these other collegiate schools. Like, I got to hang out with the St. Clair College, and they were great. I got to hang out with some of the Maryville people, and they're really fun. I got to hang out with Redbirds when, ISU, the Overwatch team and stuff. And everyone's really great people, and I think Collegiate has a great background and a build up for it. It just really sucks to see so many people pulling out of Overwatch. But I also understand because of the uncertainty of it. They announce homecoming after 3 teams pull out. It's just like, and these programs are reaching out, being like, hey, is there Overwatch happening? And Blizzard just isn't telling them anything. So they weren't able to, I know like some people were really frustrated because they're like, we wouldn't have let our program go, if we knew. So it's just upsetting.
And we talked about that last week a little bit with Jesse, where because the day they announced that or they teased like, hey, there's going to be a Collegiate thing coming back here, was the same day that UCI dropped or sunsetted their Overwatch program, which again, they were probably going to, my feeling was they were going to end up sunsetting it anyway because everyone was graduating. But like, you saw all the players kind of there like, I felt like this would have at least had them try to keep it around. Yeah. But hey, ISU really needed that staircase.
Hey, I think my favorite thing is that, like, we have some core, like, ISU people from, like, the old ISU core. And so I think my favorite thing was, I don't know if y'all saw, but we did an April Fool's Day post on Winthrop. You can find it. It's us releasing our Overwatch team and then bringing them back as a Marvel Rivals team. And my favorite thing has to be from that, which Wheats is one of the funniest people in the world and literally just says stuff. He, quote, retweeted our post of us saying that we were pranking them, being like, oh, they needed a staircase. as like a shot at Redbirds, and it was actually the funniest thing. I think I retweeted it for a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, Weeds, you're so funny for that, because I mean, wait, let me see.
I'm trying to find it as well. I hate, like, congrats to you guys for your Valorant team for being so good there in challengers, but holy shit.
Yeah, guess who's the one who posts everything. So I can also give a little description into what, you know, I do at Winthrop specifically. Yeah, so so this was like the post, and it was like a really big troll thing that we talked about. We put a post out the day before saying like, thank you, Woo Overwatch, like that we were letting them go, and people were freaking out. It's the one right underneath it. And like people were like freaking out. We got like a Saudi organization like tweeting about it. Like it was like fake news, obviously, and there was like this Saudi team tagging us. And so like me, Max, Nedme, and Kaya, my content team, are like laughing our butts off in our group chat because the Saudi team thinks that we actually just let go of our roster. Then we post the Rivals thing and they do an update on it. It was so funny. So I think this was one of the like best April Fool's pranks we've done. And shout out to Kaya and Max for planning this, my content leads, because it was actually so funny. But if you look, like, Wheats literally is like, we have a staircase. If you go in the quote retweets, you might be able to find it in the thank you. And it was so funny. Wait, let me see if I can do it on the Woo account. It was so funny.
I can't look up the quote retweets on desktop, can I?
Oh no, I think you can only do it on the
account. Click on the retweet button.
There it is.
And it'll give you or there should be options to see.
I don't want to randomly retweet this thing right now.
No, you're good. You're good. I just sent it in general. You'll see it. And so yeah, so and then our response was saying that our team, like, oh my gosh, it was so good.
That was great. And I remember seeing that, like, Saudi Arabian account just putting up this tweet. Was like, guys,
was like tweaking, by the way. Like, this account like posted like 4 things about it, and it was actually so funny because like our social media group chat we have on Discord, and we were actually just laughing. We had a meeting that day too, and we were just like in the meeting talking about it with our director. It was so funny.
You know what? I like your response to this.
Yeah, it's so actually our facility is so we're in a building. We're actually not on campus. We're about half a mile off campus. There's this like really big like staircase to get up into the building, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the ISU staircase. Like, I'll be like walking with Wheats in them, and I'll just be like, this is the ISU staircase. Or like I was walking with Wheats one time and I told him that, and he was like, shut the hell up, bro. And I was just like, nah, bro, am I wrong? And he said, no. And I was like,
and like being there and seeing that facility, it was really nice. And that is probably one of the best esports facilities that
You know what stairs I'm talking about? The stairs in the front.
Yeah.
Like, they're big, and they're not like wide. They're just like really steep. And I've fallen down them once or twice. I can't even lie. I've fallen.
Yeah. It was like there was so much going on that weekend of that tournament.
Big South was.
Yeah, because there was
a tournament.
There was a volleyball tournament going on in the actual like gym part of that place,
and they had the cornhole league going on too. They had the national cornhole league happening that weekend.
The ACL.
Yeah. So for context, for Hunter and Mega and the people watching, our facility houses a lot of different things in our building. I guess would be the best way to explain it in the technology center way. So we have the national headquarters for the cornhole league. 3 doors down from us. We also have like a firm right next door. We have a restaurant in our building that's really delicious. If y'all ever come, go to Old Town. It's delicious.
It was good, I will say that.
And we also have the USA like youth national volleyball tryouts every year in our building. So it's just like there's so much going on. Like there was like a rumor that Kai Cenat was like supposed to be at like a tournament in Rock Hill, and like people were like freaking out over it, and we were like, yo, this is clickbait. And like people like drove to Rock Hill and were like looking for Kai Cenat. It was so funny. So that's just kind of the. Oh yeah, we have this video. This is our facility. It's really beautiful. I love every part of it. You know, we've gotten a couple upgrades since this video came out, but it looks almost the exact same. Oh, there's Josh and Chuck. Yay! Chuck is our athletic director that works specifically with esports. So it's a really nice facility. It's beautiful. You know, I mean, Dex, you got to see this in person, and it's amazing. It's such a beautiful space. You know, we're really appreciative to have this public space. You know, Winthrop University worked really hard. Oh my gosh, Phil, my goat. Go Infiltrator. Go Val.
Wait. I'm just gonna go back one moment here in this video.
I'm scared.
Is his keyboard like 90 degrees away from him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dear God, I can never.
Absolutely.
I don't.
So funny enough,
do that.
This League of Legends room is actually where my desk is. I'm actually located in the League of Legends room. So this used to be our old Smash room. That's now Overwatch, and then that's Valorant. So like we have so many. Every varsity room gets their own provided space. So this is our content closet, is what we called it. We would do like streaming and different events. This is where the casters were during Big South, and we have our own lounge. This is really nice. We're sponsored by Red Bull, so we have a bunch of like Red Bull things. We give out free Red Bull. It's such a nice facility, and I'm so happy with it. I love being there, and I think I spend almost 2 to 3 hours there every day when I'm at school.
I mean, that's kind of how
seeing this and just like thinking back to my university, which by the way is only 2 hours away from Winthrop. I just looked up. I need to pull up sometime because we literally
Absolutely, I'll give you a tour.
Our esports area is 8 computers, literally right next to a bowling alley. I wish I was kidding. Like it's literally we're in the middle of matches hearing bowling go on. It's great.
So I would really love to talk about the difference between my high school esports program and my collegiate esports program. For context, I was the president of my high school esports program. I'm not gonna dox where I went to high school, but I went to a very small high school in Louisiana, and our esports room was on the 3rd floor of our library in this little like side room with 6 PCs that were like Dell. They were like, you could not run the game on it. And every single time we would play a match, we would DC at least once or twice. And we actually lost one of our like playoff games because we had a DC, and it was awful. So I feel that on like 4 different levels because we would be in the library and the AC was broken in there.
Oh God.
So we're playing like these 2-hour-long matches, sweating our butts off, and then I go from that to like, you know, Winthrop. It's such a difference.
My high school didn't have an esports. My high school didn't have esports.
I begged to get it started again. It got canceled during COVID, and I had to beg to get it started again. I'm the only reason we had it because I literally
hands on your hands and your knees, just in front of the principal, saying, "Please bring this back."
I did. I literally went to the principal. I went to our assistant principal that was in charge of athletics, which was Mr. LeBlanc. I literally went, oh God, the Louisiana accent just came out. Sorry. Sorry about that.
You're doxing him live on the podcast.
No. He's such a sweet guy. I love Mr. LeBlanc. He was like my favorite. And so I literally went to him and I was like, Mr. LeBlanc, please, let me do this program. And he was like, do you have a sponsor? I was like, yes. And he was like, where are y'all gonna practice? I said, I don't know, tell me a place. And he was like, oh, we could put you in the library. And I was like, yes! So we did it.
Yeah, but like I said, my high school didn't have one. I don't even think it was an idea. I still don't think it's an idea there. I know other high schools in North Carolina have started to do it, mostly because of, I think it's VSEL has started there. But I've never seen my high school compete. Doesn't surprise me either. But my college, they first started off in like, okay, here's a classroom that no one's using. We'll throw like 10 computers in there. Then it was, hey, we're upgrading the student center, and we have this random room here. Do you guys want it? And my director at the time said, yeah, not knowing the room was gonna be a glass box in the middle of the fucking student center.
That's usually how it is.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of what it was like for the. So I actually had 4 offers in Collegiate that were like full offers. So I had an offer from Winthrop, I got an offer from Maryville, and I also got an offer from Fisher, but I also got a small offer from a school in Louisiana called Loyola University, which was actually where I planned on committing to before I got the Winthrop offer, which is like a whole story, because the Winthrop offer story is just like a journey. Like it was crazy. And so I went to Loyola and I visited my junior year of high school, and they're like, I love Lumen. I love their director. He's one of the sweetest people. And I feel so bad because their program is just in a basement in like the main like student program. And so like I remember I was getting like my tour around the school and we were in the basement, and I walked past the esports room and didn't even know that that was the esports room. Like that's like how sad it made me. So when I met up with him later that day, which Lumen is so sweet, and he was like, oh yeah, this is our room. I said, me and my dad literally passed by here earlier and I had no idea this was the room. So that's just how esports is though for some schools, and it really sucks that, you know, some schools can't fully represent their programs could be. So but
yeah,
nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, nothing really. But I mean, I imagine we'll talk about Winthrop a little bit more here coming up, but let's actually go back to probably where we all met you in CGL, and talking about, you know, that how you were doing a lot of social media stuff there when we were doing Saturday Night Overwatch or Friday Night Overwatch as well. Because like you said, you'll talk with everyone in the group or in the production while it was going on. But what was it kind of like doing that type of like social media where you were going in there and trying to grab clips as they were happening?
So in social media, some terms that, you know, we talk about, social media management has its own lingo, just like production does. We call that work pit work, which is specifically game day and live coverage that you go into and you get clips from. I think CGL was definitely different, and I say that it was different because I'm so used to doing pit coverage where it's like an official live stream that I'm representing a team and not the league as a whole. So going into CGL, and you know, that was my first job after Wisp, which for you guys who don't know about Wisp was a Contenders champion the last Contender season for summer. Wisp had a very cocky and like fiery tone. So going from, you know, being super cocky all the time to being the CGL head and going into CGL and having to be like super friendly with all the teams and, you know, like posting clips that are neutral and not being able to be like, you know, we just beat the crap out of you. Like, I can't do that, right? So I think CGL was definitely like eye-opening for me. And, you know, I actually went back the other day. I was building my my portfolio, social media stuff. I went back and I saw some of my old CGL tweets and I was like, oh my gosh, like what was I doing? Like, and you know, as a social media manager, and I know like casters do the same thing. You guys literally like you go back and you're like, what was I saying? Like, and you go back, and so CGL was like a really big stepping point for me, and I think the fact that the production teams were so welcoming and open to letting me like being in their VC. I remember Alex joined the call one time and he literally told me to shut up because me and Echo were like having like a conversation mid-game, and you know, Echo's the producer, and so Echo's like supposed to communicate with casters and obs and replay, and so I'm like talking to Echo and Alex was like, Bailey, give Echo 5 minutes and then y'all can continue your conversation. And so I love CGL. I love working with all of you. I think I genuinely love talking to all of y'all. I think Saturday Night Overwatch and Friday Night Overwatch was definitely my favorite because I would just hop into the host desk like in between the games, and I remember I would have the best conversations, you know, with like Sam and, you know, Billy, Bull Skunk, you guys, whoever was on the desk, I was always chatting. And so I think everyone's really nice at CGL, and I really enjoyed working with them. You know, it really sucks that, you know, so budget is a thing at CGL. We all know that. And that sometimes, you know, social media can't be a part of the budget, and that's just how it is. And, you know, you have to have a live stream, but you don't always have to have socials. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to work more with CGL if, you know, Alex Headrammer would let me.
Hey, XYBA, reach out to them about being the social media head for XYBA Productions.
I don't know if that would happen. I don't know if that would happen. I think Alex would like look at my message and send me like a GIF and just like call it a day. I feel like that would be the most Alex response, right? Or just I don't even know. I don't even know what he would say. Like, I'm trying to like picture.
I am too, because it's like I haven't like personally messaged Headrammer that often, other than it's like, hey, I'm a dumbass and don't know how to PayPal you an invoice.
Oh, Headrammer used to get so annoyed with me. Like, and so since I was the only person on socials, when I like had questions about the branding, I would have to text Alex. And I remember there was like one time, I think he was on vacation. I felt so awful. But I messaged him like 6 times in a week because like I needed something like as soon as I could, and he just wasn't answering me, but he didn't tell me that he was on vacation, so I didn't know. And it was, but being the only person on CGL like full time was really cool. I mean, I think working the tournaments and getting to know all the players was really cool. You know, also being the head of Hero Select, the interview series. So I did that with Bullskunk. I was actually the organizer behind all of it, and that was a job. And trying to get players to want to interview was kind of difficult. You know, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm done to interview, but I won't turn my webcam on." And, you know, like it works, but it's also like not the same. And so but I love CGL. I would love to do more with it if I could.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna come back to the actually no, we'll touch on the player interview thing, and then I'll go to the one like kind of sidebar I wanted to go there. Like we've talked about this a lot in the past with other casters and other like people who even like producers and observers. Like players interviewing is so fun sometimes because it's like either you get someone who completely understands that they're presenting themselves and they're presenting their team and they're trying to do it really good, and then you have the people who don't understand that, and it's like
you have Dhillducks. You have Dhillducks.
I so badly want to see him win a game just to see what nightmare.
Yeah, and I think So I also do player interviews for Rad. We have a series called Reflecting with Rad that we do interviews with, which we don't do. We've done 2 so far, which they're just our players are so busy. We only have 2 teams. It's really hard to organize. So the difference between Hero Select and Reflecting with Rad is that Hero Select, I was not the, you know, voice or the host. But when I did Reflecting with Rad, I was the voice and I was the host. I got to interview Naga, if you guys remember, from the Overwatch League. He's now on our Marvel Rivals team competing in China tomorrow. And then I also got to interview Ravi, with the accent. And so he's on our R6 team, and he's also considered the best Mexican R6 player. So it's definitely interesting to go from like being, I guess, the person behind the scenes to being like the face, kind of with the modeling thing, you know, like I'm so used to doing things behind the scenes. I don't see my face on it is weird. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I absolutely do. Like that was something like when I first started casting, I did not want to show my face at all. It was like a thing where I liked having that true divide between online and real life, where it's like, hey, no one knows what I look like if I never turn on a webcam, but it's like also one of those things where I realize, yeah.
They do. I was like that for a long time when I was younger. But I was also scared of people when I was younger. So I had like an irrational fear of people. I had really bad social anxiety for a long time. I've finally gotten good at talking to people because, you know, I'm a marketing person. I have to be good at talking to people. So like I had mega social anxiety, mega. I had really bad social anxiety my freshman year of high school until I joined student council, and I was in student council and it was like life-changing. It was like a whole new world. So
okay, so let me get to the sidebar I wanted to put there, because you talked about Echo, and Echo is one of our favorite people. Echo's one of our favorite people. Mega, how's Baldur's Gate going with her?
I can only imagine.
There is nothing I can legally say, purely for the fact of she has so much ammunition that she would fire back at me. It would not be good.
I think my highlight has to be with Echo is always working Kunoichi. Kunoichi has to be my favorite event to work with Echo. And I actually didn't know that Echo records all of the... Yeah. I don't know if this was like leaks, but Echo records like all the production VCs. So I didn't know that. And we had like the most random conversation. I will not leak what it was about because like obviously it was... and I was in VC with a couple other observers and a replay prod and Echo. And me and Echo were dying. And so... that was the day I found out Echo recorded everything, and I was like, oh my gosh. I obviously know I haven't said anything, like, leaks-wise around them, but I was like, oh my lord.
Okay.
So I can just imagine the ammo from Mega. Like, I can imagine this.
Okay, who has Nitro so they can play Skibidi Ohio Riz?
No.
Yeah,
Skibidi Ohio Riz.
There we go.
I'm pretend I didn't hear that.
That was Spectreon.
Like,
is this one also Spec?
Respectfully, Skibidi Riz.
I think Spec has to be one of my favorite people to clip on the Twitter. Like, they'll just say the most random stuff every once in a while, and I just, like, don't even know what to say. So, like, I remember I had a clip of him one time, I can't even remember what he said. And I literally watched it for 20 minutes and could not figure out what to caption it because I was dying so, like, I was laughing so hard that I couldn't figure it out. And I ended up just, like, sending it in the chat and just, like, deleting it. Like, I couldn't. We love you, Spectreon.
Just insert Spectreon noises, and that's all you needed to say.
See, that was before I knew that Spec would say crazy stuff. I think this was the first time that Spec had ever said something crazy while I was doing socials, and so I just had, like, no idea.
The man's British. You just have to assume he's gonna say something crazy.
Hey, no comment.
See, it's really funny because I was watching OWCS this weekend with Spectron, and some of the things that were said there, crazy. But I specifically messaged Echo. I was like, Echo, you would love if you were in this VC right now. She may or may not have taught me how to record things.
Oh no. Oh,
I didn't put any of them into the soundboard yet, but let's just say, Spectron, buddy, your days are numbered.
Bro is cooked.
Doomsday is coming for you.
It might be 2 weeks
I
from
have
now.
no dirt on you, Spec. But, you know, love you. It's all love from me.
It might be 2 weeks from now.
Specifically 14 hours.
14 hours is a very specific number.
Hey. I know my time.
You know what, considering that would only be like 7 a.m. here, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. Or 8 a.m. Yeah, you know what? That's fine.
I was going to say, isn't that when this episode drops?
9 a.m., yep.
9 a.m. Yeah.
But actually, basically, right now it's 6:55, so it'd be 5 minutes before the episode drops.
Wow, this is a duo I never thought I'd see on my timeline.
Should I be scared?
I just saw a picture of Cordell and Ryan Guy together at the gym on the timeline. I was like, Ryan Guy and Cordell duo is not what I was expecting, but I'm so here for it.
Is that a Nightmare Blunt rotation?
At this rate, it might as well be.
Like, we're all old here, so I definitely shouldn't be calling you out for this, Dex, but the way you said that, it was like someone desperately trying to say a Zoomer thing. It was like, I know the lingo. I'm hip.
Mega, you're the same age as me.
I will say.
Actually, wait, are you the same age as me right now?
In 2 months I will be.
Damn it, you're younger than me. Shit.
I can tell a funny story actually from the Big South tournament. For those watching, Dexatron attended the Big South, which is a tournament that Winthrop hosts. We hosted it this year for the Big South Conference. We hosted all of our academy teams and 4 other schools to come in attendance. So Dex was actually there with us and Sam Talks, and we actually went to dinner at a local place in Rock Hill, and for some reason the conversation came to talking about ages, and Sam and Dex were just like, we're so old.
I was 26 at the time.
Like, they were talking about how old they were, and I was like, that sounds like a you problem. Like, that's personal, man. I got nothing to do with it. And I'm just saying, I have nothing to do with this as a 19-year-old.
Yeah, like every
You finding the picture from Winthrop?
Yeah, I'm finding the picture of the one picture we took.
Yeah. Yeah, it was such a great tournament. Dex and Sam did great, and we have Mike the Goat, and then me. So I was on the staff there. We actually hosted the Big South Conference with only we're counting like Winthrop staff members. We had 6 in total running the whole tournament, and we also had casters on the side as well helping us. So it was of over 150 people in attendance for that tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely something interesting. It was But really fun tournament. I was really happy that I was able to host that my first year.
It was fun, but
you guys are old.
Yeah, no, the story, you just stopped at us being old. I was 26, so I think
they were trying to roast me for like being young. Oh, hi Mom.
Yeah. They were trying, like, we were trying just to joke on you being young, and then you started immediately turning it on us, and I feel so bad for Sam, because he's sitting there saying, like, yeah, I'm 30.
Sam literally tried to, like, make, like, Gen Z jokes at one point, and I literally said, shut up, you're 30. And he just was like, he, like, put his head down. I was like, I'm so sorry, Sam, I love you. Like, please.
Like, not to exaggerate, but he was a little quiet after that for the next couple.
He was quiet. He was quiet, and we had gotten our food at that point, and he was just like,
did we start calling him Grandpa, or did we start calling him Unk? Yeah, well, it was. I called him Unk.
Yeah, it was an interesting dinner. I'll say that right before the event. It was fun.
Well, no, it was a very interesting.
It was the night before the event.
No,
so.
it was after Saturday. It was after Saturday. Because I remember heading back to the hotel and changed.
That was when we did the staff, like the whole staff one, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was when we went to Burgers and Barley.
The place at the front of the facility?
The place that we went the night that y'all came in.
I think we might have talked about age.
We probably talked about it both. So, let's be for real.
Yeah. Sam's someone we need to have on at some point. He has a lot of fun stories, I imagine.
He does.
You've been saying this since like episode 2.
I know. The one time I reached out to him, he said no because he was doing CVAL at CCC.
Oh yeah. He texted me and asked if I was going to that event, and I was like, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. And he was like, no.
He'll be on soon. I hope.
I find it funnier if you just cut off the story at I asked him to come on and he said no. Like he's just the first person to actively decline, be like, no, thank you.
Technically, right now, you want to know who the first person to completely ignore the couple times I've actually sent them like, hey, do you want to come on? June.
Okay, no, never mind. That's June is just June. That's June.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like that's like, from what I know about June, I feel like that's like a June response.
Yeah, it doesn't
just from like working with them.
Yeah.
I will message June the week that you want June on. I got that. I got the connections, some might say.
Oh.
Now, like the couple times Hunter and Mega have brought people on or been the people to reach out and get them on, they've been really fun episodes. The CB episode is certainly one of all time. I will say that.
Oh, I
love CB.
That was a fun one. But now let's kind of go back to what you do at Winthrop with being on the social media team and the content team there a little bit, because you guys won an award, but I forget if it was just NACE or Collegiate or College Esports in general, but you guys won. Was it the social media award, or am I getting it?
Social media team of the year.
Yeah. Congratulations on that, and I think it was honestly really deserved, because you guys are putting out what I would say is almost what you would see from tier 1 orgs. With what with your presentation, all your graphics and everything. But was it kind of like because I think you talked about it and Max talked about it as well when I was at Big South, is like you guys really took that big step to make it more of just like sending out a basic tweet. Like, what was it kind of like working with something like that, where you were trying to make it into a really like professional ran thing?
So I think I should start with the story of me going into Winthrop. So when I was actually recruited to come into Winthrop, I actually was reached out to by Sheldon, who is our assistant director and head of recruitment. And he actually was reaching out to me about joining CCG, which is an organization that he's the GM for. And I actually declined that job. And then he ended up coming to me and being like, hey, I'm also the recruitment chair at Winthrop. If you're ever interested in Collegiate, let me know. And at first I was like, I'm going to be committed to Loyola. Like, I thought I was going to the school in New Orleans. And then, the Winthrop Overwatch roster dropped. And then we made challengers for VCL. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to be interested in this school. So I went to Sheldon. I got an interview with Josh, and I ended up getting brought on. And so I think the biggest thing when I came into Winthrop was they knew that I had experience and they wanted me on the team, but they didn't exactly know where I would fit. And it's not that they didn't think I was good enough, but they were like, where can we put her that she can really shine and she can really outdo herself? So when I first came into the program, I think the first couple of weeks that I was there, we were still trying to like pinpoint exactly where I wanted to be. Josh and Kaya and Max would have meetings. Kaya is our social media lead and head content lead, and then Max is our head content producer. And then I'm the assistant social media manager. So they're like trying to pinpoint, where can we put Bailey? What's something that we're lacking that we think she could excel at? So they ended up coming up with my position called assistant social media manager. What I'm in charge of is I post all the varsity game days, the results. I cover live coverage for all the game days. And so pretty much I sit at my desk and I watch games and I make funny things about it. That is what I call my job at Winthrop. And so I genuinely think the Winthrop culture with our social media team, at first like transitioning from, CGL working as a one-man army, and with Wisp I was kind of a one-man army with, my social media manager Rio and, some other select like social media managers that we worked with, but they had timing constraints so they weren't able to work as much. And so, it was a transition to go from, being online to being in person with these people, being able to just be like, hey, do you think this tweet is good? But I think the biggest thing was once Josh finally made the decision that they wanted to bring me in, Max and Kaya had really been working on perfecting what Winthrop was. And for people who don't know, we don't have a graphic designer. We don't have a dedicated graphic designer. So the fact that you bring up the graphics is a lot of pride that actually comes into Winthrop. Kaya and Max make almost all the graphics and templates on their own. So I actually made this template, I edited this template, but this is Kaya's work. So a lot of our graphics are made in-house by Kaya and Max, which they both have never done graphic design as a profession before. They have both done social media, and Max does video editing and photography. Kaya actually posted this today. This is one of my favorite graphics she's ever made, and she did this phenomenally. Shout out our Rocket League team. These guys are amazing. And so I think there's a lot of pride when it comes to professionalism in Winthrop, going into Collegiate and wanting to be one of the best, and we got that when we were recognized for Social Media Team of the Year, which I actually gave the speech for, as I was the only member who was able to go to CECC due to some different timing constrictions and people not being able to attend. So I think there's just a lot of pride in Winthrop, and we want to be the best at what we can. And one of the things that I've been personally working on with my professionalism and doing social media management is working on the captions for my posts. One of the things I've been working on specifically is just having better branding with it and being more specific with it. This was more generalized, but with the Valorant team, now that I'm really familiar with Valorant, I've been trying to step into, so this tweet I did, who's your favorite player now when we won? YFP stands for your favorite player. I miss yes fucking please. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on here, but I miss when it was yes fucking please.
You can, and it should just stay as yes fucking please. That's such a better abbreviation, but I understand why they changed it.
But I think that's something personally I'm trying to work on. And long term, I was told them bringing me in is they want to put me in a leadership role eventually. So bringing me in so young is the main reason that they did. And I just I love Winthrop. I think that's the conclusion of this whole thing. I love Winthrop. I love my content team. Max is an amazing person. So is Kaya. I love working with them both. And I think there's just so much pride with our base of people that we have going in. And, it's really hard losing one of the base people that we had. For those of you who don't know, the Winthrop content team had a member named Millie. Also goes by Nedme online. She actually passed away in April right before CECC. Well, it was end of April, early May. She passed away and she wasn't able to be there when we got the award. And she worked really hard and she was very diligent and professional with her work. And I really do think she deserved that award just as much as all of us did. And so, now we're missing one of our core. It was us four for so long and, missing one of the core now. But I think all we can do is step forward and be really professional and go forward. And I think this year of Winthrop will be amazing. And I think we have a really bright future coming.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'll say this. I met her for the first time at DreamHack Atlanta.
Big South.
No, DreamHack
Oh,
Atlanta.
I thought it was Big South.
No, I met her at DreamHack Atlanta because she was giving out. Let me go get.
She's giving out the cat props.
Yeah, let me go get the card.
I have mine. You don't need to get it.
Well,
I keep it stacked on me.
You probably have the newest one. I have the one with the cat in the red jersey.
I have 2 of them. I have both of them because I'm the GOAT.
Like, I love these. It's just like, hey, cat, and then just Winthrop.
So these are cat props. This one was made by Nenmi, and then this one was the reiteration made by Kaya after Nenmi passed away. And so like they have like Winthrop on the back, like Winthrop Esports. This is something that we do at almost every event when we get new jerseys. I also have my CCC picture with Silent from Cumberland. That's the GOAT. And so yeah, Winthrop also just takes like I keep saying the word pride, but I think there's just so much pride in our program, like, and everyone loves being there. I don't think there's a single person who like hates their life at Winthrop. I've never heard someone complain that, you know, Winthrop is the worst place on the planet. Everyone is so happy there, and everyone is genuinely nice. Like, and you know, there's like the stereotype of like pro players aren't nice people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, pro players are weird or they're not nice people. Every single person I've met at Winthrop has been a very nice person within the esports program, and I've never had a bad experience. And so I feel like I don't even know. And Big South was a big step. I'll say that was a big step for us. You know, I used a lot of my CGL knowledge for Big South to try and help them. You know, the little bit that I did. And I remember, like, me and Max were, like, sitting in the content closet with Kaya for hours trying to figure out, like, oh, where to put this asset? Where should we do this? And it was just, like, such a team effort. And I think it was a really proud conclusion to come out at the end.
Yeah, it was. And like you said, the pro players, just because of pro players, like, everyone there that I interacted with, like, that you told me, like, hey, yeah, this is our Valorant team, like you said, Challengers, the Overwatch team was constantly coming in and out. I mean, I casted with Wheats, and like,
I was about to say, you casted with Wheats. I think you met Infected.
Yes.
Because Infected guest coached our academy team, and we ended up winning for that. Wheats is such a nice guy. Infected's a sweetheart. Rack was there for a little bit too. Rack came and stopped in to watch Yosh, who's our main support, and so we were like, it was cool. It was really cool to have those people in, and everyone's just a really nice person. I'm just saying, the way that the Winthrop people act online, they all act the same IRL. Like, genuinely, I wholeheartedly mean that. Nobody is fake when it comes to their personas.
But I mean, what's like, you're constantly trying to get better at this, and like you said, it's always just trying to, you know, take that next step. What is that next step necessarily for you? It could be with Winthrop, it could be with Rad, Dhillducks, any other esports org that might come knocking for your services. Like, what's that like next thing that you're really looking to try to do?
I want to do more photography and video editing. I think that's the next step that I really want to take in my career, because I think I'm capable of doing a lot of things right now, but I feel like adding more to I don't know why my first word was like my hero pool, but like add to like my pool of, you know, things that I'm able to do. And I think working with Max specifically at Winthrop has really helped me be more confident in that. I actually took an introduction to video editing class my first semester of college, and Max was actually my my grad assistant in that class. And so he helped me a lot with my video editing. You know, I got to work a lot with like photography and taking pictures and doing media days and stuff. I mean, at CECC, I was the only photographer there because I was working the program pretty much by myself on site, and then Kaya and Max were handling like social media coverage on the side while they were both home. So it was just like, I think my next big step was just being able to be comfortable and fully well-rounded in what I'm able to do, mainly in the chance that I have to step into that leadership position soon.
Yeah, and I completely understand that, because like the last year and a half that I was at my school and the esports team is like, I understood I wasn't going to be there much longer, and there were a whole bunch of people that wanted to start casting, want to start doing a whole bunch of stuff on the production side, and it was just like, I need to help them out as much as I can, and I need to take a step back away from doing, you know, what I truly love doing, which was casting of those teams. Granted, you taking a step back for you would be probably the worst thing that you could do.
Yeah.
But like being able to help out and learn from that is another great way to also like do that, which is just where the fuck am I going with this?
I don't know, bro. I can't read your mind.
You do this at least once every podcast.
Yeah, while I do this, Mega Hunter, do you guys have something? Dear God, where the fuck was I going with that?
I can't really ask my usual question for obvious reasons.
I mean, you can.
Oh,
you can.
I'm scared. Let me have it.
You can. Yeah, here, Hunter, say what your normal question is, and then explain. And then Bailey, this has to do with with gamer tags if you have one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is it where my origin is?
Yeah, I usually ask the origin, and for most people, it's there's probably a story behind it.
Have a story behind it. It's not entirely interesting, but
a story's a story.
But I mean, you guys can get a little bit of background in my life. So my gamer tag is Soccer Master Bailey. That is my online origin. I get a lot of people calling me Soccer Master, a Soccer Master. I get Sorcerer Master. I get Socrum like Laster, and I'm like, I don't know where the L came from, but okay. And so a lot of people say it wrong, but it stands for Soccer Master Bailey. For context, I played soccer from the age of 3 until 18. I actually stopped playing in high school when I decided I wanted to go to school for esports. But I played club soccer for a long time. I actually was on the Olympic Development Program for the state of Louisiana. So that was something that I did when I was, really serious about going to school for soccer. I knew I wanted to go to college for a sport, but this was before I knew, esports was an option. And, would I rather sit in a desk in an AC room all day, or would I rather run my butt off and sweat? And I chose the AC room. You get what I'm saying? So, that's like the basic of the origin. Is I played soccer for a long time, and when I was 8 years old, I was playing Roblox, and I needed a gamer tag, and I named myself Soccer Master Bailey. And if you go on Roblox and you fully spell out Soccer Master Bailey, you'll find my Roblox account. So it's shortened now, but at the time it was full.
I think the question now to ask is, do you have any Robux still on your account?
Okay, this is so funny. I actually saw a TikTok earlier today. Yes, I'm addicted to TikTok, y'all. I do social media for a living. I have to be addicted to TikTok. And so I saw this TikTok earlier that apparently they're giving all of the active players in Roblox 5,000 Robux. So I'm actually kind of I'm questioning, because I played Roblox with one of the Rocket League Academy players 2 weeks ago. We played Roblox because we were bored, because Overwatch was not hitting at the time. So we played Roblox. So I'm curious to know if there's Robux on there right now.
The 5,000 Robux is just basically like, hey, you want a little free pot? Here you are. It's just trying to get you right back in.
I won't. I literally, I think we played like a volleyball game, because we both really like volleyball. That's literally all we did. It's just, but yeah, that's the pretty much like premise of my origin. I've had Soccer Master Bailey since I was 8. I had it on Xbox 360. I had it on Xbox One. If you go back in the CGL VODs and you find my gameplay, which there is some out there still, my last CGL game was casted by Bullskunk and Chef Billy for the Tier 2 Grand Finals of Pack Academy versus Crazy 88s. I won MVP, so that was cool. But it's been the name. I actually considered changing it, but I was like, it's my brand now. I'm kind of stuck with it, and so that's just what I'm known by now. And that's why on my jacket and all my Winthrop stuff, it just says Bailey. That's how it is.
Probably I'm gonna say probably the right choice, just to go by your actual name now. Just go by your actual name now.
Bentley, how'd you get over there? Bentley, how'd you get in Dex's room? What the heck?
I don't know. Zay's like right there. Kind of see her.
Oh no, I was just making a joke that my dog was in your room. He somehow got over there, since he apparently ran out the house before this.
I mean, the door is cracked open. He could technically run out the door, but I feel like he's...
No, my mom let him out when she got home.
Oh, I'm not oblivious then.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. Are you?
Probably, yeah. Sadly. This is gonna be an interesting one.
Oh Lord.
Mega, this is just a question for you right now. Do you have a new bit?
I mean, I was gonna say something that I don't think you want me to say on broadcast fucking on
okay.
recording.
Okay.
Hold
on to that for just. But let me ask Bailey one more question, and then you can do what you want to do because at that point.
No, I just was gonna say there was nothing because I don't think you want me to say what I was gonna say.
I'm fine
you
with.
You should DM me. You should DM it to me.
No, DM it to me first, and then I'll let you know.
No, you're not fun, Dex. What the
You're
heck?
the person who's answering the question. We aren't. Okay.
You just don't want my friend to talk to me. It's fine.
Sorry?
I'm messing.
But I mean, with all the social media stuff you do across all the teams, you've mentioned it that you're now working with Rivals and Siege. Coming from someone who is primarily doing Overwatch, I imagine Siege was probably the harder one to kind of get a grasp on since Rivals is a little bit there. What is that like? Because we've had casters come in and talk about, going from game to game. Some said it's very easy, and some said it's, there's a difficulty, but it's just casting at the end of the day. What is it like going from Overwatch to Siege?
This is a really good question, mainly because, as you guys know, Rad is Marvel Rivals and Siege, but Winthrop is Overwatch, Smash, League, and Valorant. So not only am I having to do those 4 games, I'm having to do 2 more on top of it. I think Siege has 100% been the hardest game to grasp because Siege is so different. Like Valorant is easier to grasp, It's Valorant, you go pew pew, you go shoot shoot, Obviously your abilities are important, but I've watched so much VCL at this point that I feel like I've grasped the game, and I'm also really good friends with the Valorant team. So like I'll watch them scram and I'll talk to them a lot. But League of Legends was really hard for me to learn. It's so funny because I'm in the League of Legends room at the school now, and one of my best friends is their manager. Shout out Gab. Love you, Gab, if you're watching. You're my bestie. But I sit next to her, and so we would be like covering game days, and I would send her a clip and I'd be like, "Hey, is this good to post?" Like, because I didn't understand League for a long time, and I actually messaged Jesse, not Twin Salty, like Jag Jesse, and was like, "Hey, can you tell me how League works?" And there was one day that I joined his VC and his private Discord, and I literally said, "Explain to me what you're doing." And I watched Jesse play League for like an hour. And so, Siege, I don't have that kind of access because, to be honest, the Siege scene is not very big.
Mm-hmm.
It's we have a really good team going into League. We have a fully Mexican-based team, and they're really cool people, but we don't have that much of a I would say audience for it because all of the Siege stuff, if you aren't in Tier 1 Siege, there's no audience really because there's no pipeline to become Tier 1. I think it's just a franchising thing, kind of like Valorant again. But Valorant, you have the opportunity to go from Premier to Challengers to Ascent. But I don't think Siege has that opportunity. I think you're kind of just stuck Tier 2 until you get signed, and that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, like Siege is a really weird one because no matter what, without fail, it seems like when OWCS is going on and I go to the gym early in the morning and I turn on OWCS Japan, it's like, hey, yeah, this is on. But then there's also like 16,000 people watching a Siege event, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going
I don't
on?
Get it.
Like, I'm hearing nothing about a Siege event, but yet they're pulling in 16,000 people on a Thursday morning.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
Yeah,
I'm looking for this one clip that I was going to show y'all because this is like the best. This was like one of the things that I did for Siege because I think since I don't have the best understanding with Siege, I worked with my social media managers on getting clips that, if you were to look at other streams and know that they're good, like, if someone gets like a 3K, that that's a good clip usually if they're, if the prod is on them, of course. But also trying to just do like funny stuff, which is the clip that I just sent. We tried to do like a funny thing against a team that we played. So this was us versus Turtle Tactics.
Oh no.
So that was something we did because he literally killed himself with a grenade. The other team killed themselves with a grenade. So it was a clip that we posted, and I think it did better than most of the things that we post R6. But it's a really hard audience to get into, mainly if you're not established in it.
Yeah, it also just feels like at a point like Siege was being talked about as like in the same way Overwatch was, where a lot of people were just kind of hating on it. I felt like just to hate on it. But I gotta give credit where credit's due. Siege or updating everything and calling itself Siege X might have honestly really saved the game, because it seems a lot more popular now than it was about a year ago at this point, which is really, really good just for that esport in general.
Everyone wants to play something new. That's just how it is.
Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. What a fun game. A fun fact, I still haven't played Marvel Rivals. I say that proudly. I've never opened the game. I do socials coverage for it all the time. I understand the game as much as I can. I don't know what the characters do. I have no idea.
I mean, I played the game a little bit when it was like, when it first got like, oh yeah, here's the release of the public beta, but it was so unpolished. And I understand it's a beta, but they were adding stuff and they weren't fixing any of the issues, and it was just like, yeah,
the game still doesn't feel polished.
It's not.
That game, it's so clunky.
Like I've talked about it here before. Like rather than release, like when they released it back in December, and they said like, hey, yeah, this is our official release or something. They needed to give it 6 more months. They needed to release the game in June and just keep it as like weekend betas up until that point. I felt like it would have been a lot better, but they were already like the ball was fully rolling. They could not stop at that point. But yeah, Mega. Yeah, you have something here. I'm concerned about which one you're gonna go with.
No. I'm not going with that first one. We'll talk about that one after. That way everybody can know. This fucker was smiling about it though when I sent it, so I find that funny.
I was not smiling about it.
An actual esports related bit here that I'm totally not stealing from Family Guy. We're gonna call this one the grind my gears end segment, right? What's gonna happen here, Bailey, is I want you to think your entire time doing anything esports related. We need a story, a moment, something like that absolutely grinded your gears. If you need a moment, I can absolutely yap about something that's grinded my gears. Yeah, there you go. See that right there. Perfect. Somebody who is artistically inclined, draw me instead of Peter Griffin there. Perfect. That'd be great. Thank you.
Wait, this is gonna be so hard. Wait. I don't get mad easily. So this is like one of those things that like I'm not like a mad person.
Okay.
But like there's always stuff that pisses me off. Like,
here's the thing, I don't even need a full-on rage. I don't need like an anger. Like, even if it's something where it's just you felt like being petty that day and something grinded your gears in a very petty way, you can go for it.
I would say I think the biggest thing that would grind my gears is when people one ask questions that they can easily find themselves. I think that's one of the biggest things that really irritates me, and I say that now as someone who used to do that. Because I used to ask a lot of dumb questions that I could ask on Google, but now, like, it really makes me mad when people do that. I think this other thing is, just people deliberately not communicating things and sending wrong information. I think that's, like, the biggest thing, specifically managers. I'll call managers out. Managers who have wrong information and they spread it, and then they're like, JK, I lied to you. I think that would be my biggest thing, because managers can frustrate me. I like that.
As the quickest Photoshop. Thank you, Dex. Good enough. Good enough.
Bruh.
But see, that was
I have something more interesting than that, though.
Oh, but listen, you can take as much time as you need grinding your gears here. Like, absolutely. Like, here's the thing. There's so much positivity that comes out of this podcast. I've decided that the new bit with Grind My Gears is going to be to encourage the negativity. I think everybody needs to be a little bit of a hater.
Encourage violence. Yes, that's how we end the podcast.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of like the things like in my career that have like pissed me off the most, other than like things I can't leak, because there's like stuff that I literally cannot leak. Like I'm under NDA and I literally cannot say because I know exactly what I would say if I was not under an NDA. Oh my gosh. I feel like those two are good though. Just basic like miscommunication. Oh my gosh.
Mega, how is it again that you find such a hard-hitting question?
And
It's
I'm
just,
actually
like-
able to tie it back to esports this time. It's great.
There's so many things that like I could say. Like I said, I'm under an NDA and I literally cannot say the thing that has been frustrating me the most recently. Oh my gosh. I feel like those two are decent, but
Dex, the title of the episode better be "I'm under NDA."
Under oath.
please don't. Please don't
I'm
do
under
that.
NDA.
Please don't do that.
Listen, it's fine. You gave us your petty stuff. Unless you got something
Yeah.
else, you're good. You're see again. We encourage hate and vitriol here at the Fort of the Love of Prod podcast.
True.
I think one thing I would say is players who aren't fully dedicated to their team. Oh wait, I have this. Players who don't want to do content.
Yes.
Deliberately say no to doing content because they don't want to. I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most. Because I've interacted with tons of players who are just like, I don't want to do that. And I'm just like, do you want to build a brand? Do you want some marketing? Like, do you want to get bigger or no? No? Okay. Because you have people like Rack who are so down to do content like 24/7, and that's why he has as big of a brand as he is. He's also just a great person. So I would say that's my final answer, is people who deliberately don't want to do content.
We've gone on this rant before on this podcast, especially like we kind of mentioned a little bit earlier with players not necessarily want to do interviews or are conducting themselves really poorly in interviews. Like players that don't do that are missing out. Like you bring up Rack as a great example of someone who is not afraid to do it. But like I'll say this, Mama Rack is probably like has more of a footprint in Overwatch than
I love you so much. I hope to see you soon. I love you so much. She is my goat. Me and her text every once in a while. I love that woman.
But going back to what I was saying, Mama Rack has I feel like a more footprint in the Overwatch or OWCS scene than some players do that are all like full-time starters on their team. Like Mama Rack is that much of a personality where people will go up and want to take photos with her, which is incredible.
She's a niche celebrity.
It's awesome to see. Like I remember at DreamHack Atlanta, like she was talking to Tiny, she was talking to everybody there.
Yeah.
I felt bad that I was the only person that was like, no, like just didn't talk to her.
I actually at NACE, I actually hung out with Mama Rack and Infected's mom, and they're so nice. I was about to say, Infected's mom needs like a nickname too. Like she needs she needs a nickname, but like I think I would call her like Mama Fine or something because Infected's last name is Fine. But like they're both such lovely people. I love them both. I went shopping with them. Really sweet. Their personas that they do online are just the same as they are. Same with like Rack and Infected. They're like carbon copies of their sons. Like I love her.
Yeah, it's like even just seeing like all the fun that she was having at EWC, it is just really good. And like you said, she's like that everywhere she goes. Like she just has the time of her life anytime she gets to travel anywhere.
Oh yeah. When we were at NACE, she was excited because she loves Disney. She's like a Disney head. She asked if I wanted to go to Disney with her, and I was like, I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm broke. I was like, I'm broke.
You let her down.
We also didn't have time because we were at we were literally at the convention all day, so we didn't have time. Like Rack wasn't even able to go with her, so
I can make a joke about being a terrible son, but I won't.
Oh no, let's not do that.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, like I can easily relate to that. Back when I was at my school's esports team, like we tried hard for an entire semester to have the players on the teams just want to do anything to get content out. Like, hey, we're gonna have a media day. Come get your photos so we can use them for promotion stuff and graphics. No one showed up. We tried doing a Hot Ones thing. We did it. We did it. It's still up on the team's YouTube channel. It was not good. And that was more on the production side. But after that, like, no one wanted to do anything. But what sucked was, like, the players had ideas that they wanted to do. Like, hey, let's do this. I'm down to do it. And I was like, hey, great. Just tell me a time. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, the time never comes. They change their mind. They just don't want to do it. Like, please, if you're a player, especially if you're on a really good collegiate team or in just playing collegiate at all, it doesn't have to be professional. Like, promote yourself. Do whatever you can to get yourself out there. It's so easy. Just a little effort.
The Winthrop people are very willing to do content. Like, at first when I got there, we had some, like, struggles with, like, obviously they're not going to want to do something that they don't want to do. So I think part of it was trying to figure out, which team likes this kind of content and which team likes this kind of content, and figuring out who to do what with. But once we were able to figure that out, everyone was more than willing to, like, do the content and cooperate.
Yeah, and it's great when you have that. But I mean, we're kind of getting to a point where we're wrapping up now. But I feel like we've started to do this a lot more recently with a lot of our guests. Do you have any questions for us, Bailey? I mean, we've been asking you questions and getting a lot of stories from you. Is there anything you necessarily want to ask us?
The thing is, my evil grin just turned on.
I'm down
something
for that.
I could ask.
Let's do it.
I could pull a Megalass and ask, like, a crazy thing.
You could. But will you?
I don't know. That's
Mega's
hard.
model froze. Nope.
Mega might just not.
That's a 50-50.
Oh, well. Is it moving? Oh, there it is.
Nope,
Okay.
there it is.
There you are.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie, this entire time I've been trying to find this clip of it was when I was on BPL. I was doing an interview after a match, and because it's BPL, I knew it was more chill. And so I actively said in the interview, after I was getting like one-word answers, I was like, all right, it's like I'm pulling teeth here. Anyway, moving on. I'm trying to find this clip so desperately.
I have a tendency to yap sometimes, so I'm sorry about that in advance.
No,
no,
well, it's kind of too late for that.
It's fine. It's just I can't find the clip.
When you had that evil thought, what was the evil thought?
I was gonna ask what y'all's first impression of me was when I first came into CGL as the socials person, because I feel like y'all would have some really funny answers. I know Dex would probably have a funny answer, and I think when I first met Mega, I was like in the middle of some like random conversation. I really can't remember what I was talking about, and I feel like Hunter and me have like interactions with each other that are just so random. Do you know what I'm talking about, Hunter? Where we're just like randomly interact.
It's very random. It's never intentional.
It's never
intentional.
Like, and we're mutuals with each other to the point that like we could talk to each other anytime, but we just both enjoy the random interactions.
Yeah, exactly.
So first impressions. Gonna be honest. I thought you were an observer, and I had to go like quickly after the game ended, but I didn't get to talk to you, so I just thought, oh, this person's really quiet.
Yeah. That's quite the opposite.
I'm scared to say mine because it might sound mean. It might sound mean. Like you said, you were in the middle of a random conversation, and my first thought immediately, I might have even sent this message to Echo. I don't know.
I'm in the middle of something. I'm in the middle of something.
Good lord.
Hello, Mom. I love you.
God.
I'm ready to go back
better.
to school. I'm ready to go back to school. Let me move into my apartment.
Oh my
Continue.
god. That timing was amazing. No, I was just gonna say,
The way she just didn't stop.
it was just
she just walked.
didn't stop, didn't hesitate. She was like, I'm doing whatever the fuck I said I'm doing. Fuck you.
Just,
but
just the fucking.
You gotta bleep out my mom at this rate.
Timmy Turner's dad knocking on his door saying, I respect
Wait,
your personal space,
y'all
but...
have seen my dad and my mom already. Like, y'all have seen them both now. I mean, it wasn't on recording when my dad came in, but remember he literally just stood there and was like...
Yeah, Dex has this annoying habit of starting the recording way too early.
It might have been on recording. The first minute and a half of this podcast might just be really awkward.
You gonna dox my parents live? You better not dox my parents. I can't control them. I don't have a lock on my door. I can't lock it. I would have locked it. But Mega.
Anyway, yeah, sorry. Things keep happening. My literal initial thought, like I said, I may have messaged Echo this. I was like, who the fuck is this Southern Jezebel? Because you just have such a Southern twang. And immediately I was just like,
that's so funny. I can't even lie.
Southern. Oh, God.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
Oh.
I get really country sometimes. Like, when I get mad, I get country, like Southern. And I remember I used to have, actually my old Overwatch team on console, they would make me really mad to make me talk country. That was like a thing they would do. They would all rage bait me.
Is it Southern or Bayou?
Both. Come on right down to the bayou.
Hell yeah, let's talk. Like, I'll say this: if anyone ever wants to talk in a Southern accent, it's very easy. Just over pronunciate every vowel. That's it.
Yeah.
Southern drawl.
It's that.
My accent has changed over the years though, because I would hang out with my online friends more than I did with people here. So I adapted to the accents of everyone else, and I kind of stepped away from it, but then my real roots come out when I get really mad. It's not even a joke. I remember my teammates would literally rage bait me on purpose just to make me talk. It was so funny. Yeah. I didn't think it was funny when I was 12, but I think it's funny now.
I could just imagine your teammates rage baiting a 12-year-old.
Yeah, that's usually how it went.
Jeez, it's funny, but at the same time, it's dude, they're 12.
Well, and I was with the same team and people for 4 years, so they kind of watched me grow up in a way. I stopped competing, I think permanently when I was 15. But I actually played in the most recent CAW event. I played for a Rising team, which isn't public, but I played. I had some fun. I mean, got knocked out, but whatever.
I mean, Mega played on a Rising team. Me and Hunter and Mega casted Rising at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was just we didn't make it far. I think we made it to the 3rd week. I was the substitute tank for a while because I was supposed to be going to China for the MR event, but I ended up not being able to go because of reasons I cannot say. But I was unable to go with Rad, so they had me as the bench tank for a while, and then once I was finally able to play in the grand finals, the day I was supposed to leave to go to China was the day of the grand finals, so they let me play in a scrim, and then I became the main tank. I became on the starting roster, and then we lost our game. So, but we lost to the second best team in Call Rising.
Yeah,
but we went 2-3 against them, so. I don't even remember the name of the team, I can't lie. I just knew they were the second best team.
It wasn't Atlas, right?
Let me look.
I don't think
Are you asking the team that I played on, or
the team that you lost to?
Let's see. Because I played on Gummy Worms was the name of it.
Wait, which call event was this?
The last one.
Summer season.
Well, wait, the spring stage or the academy that just happened?
The academy.
I
can't even remember who we played against. I can't find it in our Discord.
No, hang on. I can pull up the bracket.
I think Mega's trying to see if she played you.
No, I would have known if Mega played me.
I know for a fact we didn't.
Well, if I would have played against Mega, I also would have recognized Mega's name.
You played against Sithcord.
Yeah, that team.
Yeah, that was a fun team.
Oh, I feel incredibly bad now.
Oh no.
We lost 2-3. It was a very close game. So, but they just Ramatrid on me. I can't even lie.
They Ramatrid all over the place.
They Ramatrid all over the place. They played Rom Sim, I think Soj, the last game, and I was just like, I was like, what tank do I play into this? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I literally was just like, I don't know what tank to play. So, I played Rom and I tried to mirror, but it didn't work out. Let's just say that. But they banned my diva. So I think that says enough.
Yeah, they were fearful of you.
Scared, even.
Perhaps.
But, I think that's a good point to end this episode on. Bailey, thank you so much for joining us this week. I've tried in the past, but hey, finally we're able to find a time where we were all free. And again, thank you so much, as always, to Hunter and Mega for being here for this episode. And hey, thank you to everyone who watched. Make sure you tune in next week when we will have another great guest. I don't know who it is, and like I've said a lot, I really need to start reaching out to people, not on Sunday, so I can not have to worry about it a day before we do this recording. Because it would probably help get a lot of people on here if I started doing that.
You got lucky that my last day of my job was last week. It's usually I work on Mondays, so. But
sometimes it works out. But hey, again, Bailey, thank you so much. Again, thank you to everyone for watching. Again, make sure you tune in next week for another episode of For the Love of Prod. Bye, y'all.